Good afternoon, class. Today, we embark on a discussion of determinism. Who would like to start us off with a working definition?
Determinism is philosophical doctrine that all actions or events happen causally. They are direct results of specific prior actions. The outcome had to occur the way it did and could not possibly not have occurred or occurred any differently, given the antecedent conditions. Intuitively, it is born of causality we witness. Tides affected by the moon, the results rippled in a pond caused by a stone we skim. The cue impacting the 8-ball, forcing it into the corner pocket. All are tenets of Newtonian physics. Indeed, the fabric of our daily lives is saturated with this intuitively powerful and tacit acceptance of absolute cause and effect.
Yes. And of course, therein lies the rub. And that concerns the precise relationship between cause and outcome. Are we certain that this relationship is absolute in all cases? Or might our perception be variable, subject to probability, in determining the precise outcome from any set of antecedent actions? One might rightfully ask, if we skim the same stone with the same force and arc into precisely the same spot of the same pond, time after time, are we assured of the identical magnitude of resulting ripples? Are we assured of affecting ripples at all? Alternately, if we argue that this relationship be absolute, consider, if a child skims a stone, results in a ripple so forceful that it displaces a plump frog from a nearby lily pad into the mouth of a hungry trout, which by virtue of the difference in the added weight of the frog becomes the prize-winning catch of a young angler, who then parlays his 15 minutes of fame into winning his small town's mayoralty, then advances over the years to higher political office and is eventually elected president, then provokes a Mideast nation into unleashing a nuclear missile that decimates Los Angeles, what are we then to conclude?
Violence begets violence. The innocent child who cast the first stone
gets to play the lead in Lassie Comes Home #6, now filmed exclusively in New York.
The implications are staggering. If all events or actions are absolutely predetermined from prior actions or events, we are no better than the impacting balls on the pool table. We have no control over anything we do or even think. We cannot be held accountable or responsible for any actions we physically commit or, for that matter, refrain from committing. Our cherished notion of exercising free will crumbles into nothingness.
Doc, seems to me you treading on some mighty heavy ground here. Yet, some of this jive rings true. You know, folks I know is married in poverty. The man will never give them a break. They got no jobs, and they get caught up in the street crime and drugs and all. And it's not really their fault, because, like you say, they got no control over their antecedent conditions. Never had a good education, broken families, a heritage of slavery, so there's no self-esteem. There's just the sacrificial pawns in this game that's being played. Problem I got is, who's playing in this chess game? You know, making the moves. And does the game ever end? And if it does end, who wins?
My young divinity student weighs in with some provocative insights. May I inquire if you are once again seeking to inject G-O-D into this equation?
Not necessarily your agnosticness. I'm just questioning. If our actions are predetermined, are we not just pieces on the chessboard, moving according to the predetermined plan of some guiding force or power unknown to us? Don't label it divine intervention if you want, but still, a conscious force that sees the whole chessboard in its totality without being constrained by time, and so can view the end game, and beyond, and see to the very end. And if that's so, should we not ask whether there's a purpose for those sometimes questionable, sometimes bad moves we make, or maybe that we are destined to make during this game we're all forced to play?